I like to always check out is the fellow hobo villages, just to see. This one was one of the first villages, actually. Well, I've been here a long time anyway, and I haven't been here for a long time, but as you can see, the car park looks full. And there's a few trailers, but most of the cars don't really have. The ones up this end have got trailers, but as you can see, a lot of motorhomes, cars, boats, tents, and these are good setups, guys. These are expensive setups. They aren't short of quid. A lot of these are full timers. They just stay here, stay in the one spot. Some travel around like me, but some just don't move. They just stay in the one spot and call it home. It's quite interesting. And this is the living crisis and the value of our dollar going down to nothing, really. Everything's so expensive. People are getting forced out. Some of them are choosing this way of life just by choice, but some are forced into it. I mean, in Australia, where you're looking at average sort of $600 a week rent. It's quite a lot of money for it's like a lot of people are paying 3/4 of their wage out on just rent. It's pretty tough. Anyway, worth checking out. I'm heading to the Brisbane border now to do pick up the motor on the 24th, and I may have one fish there before I go as well. Maybe I'll get some crabs or something there. It is a great spot to get crabs. Anyway, see you at the Brisbane border. Well, morning, guys. I'm gonna try something different today. We're gonna try and get mud crabs up the Hawkesbury. So I'm up a creek I've never come up before, Mullet Creek. It's a very shallow creek, actually. It's only about a metre deep. Drops down to about 1.5 meters. But the further you go up, the shallower it gets, and the harder it gets to navigate, I found. So I've got a nice little rock wall here, which I always don't mind, the rock walls. We're about bottom of the tide coming in, which is not ideal. I prefer outgoing, but we'll give it a crack. We're about 1 metre deep here, so it's going to probably get up to about 2 meters on the high tide, I guess. We've got beautiful fresh bait in here. We've got half a salmon and half a tailor in each pot that I caught yesterday. Well, actually I caught these a couple of days ago now from the last video. This looks good. We've got a nice rock wall here. We'll get it out there. Not very deep though. Yeah, it's only about a metre deep, bottom of the tide. Nice couple of little mangroves. There's not many mangroves up here, but very muddy creek, very muddy bottom. There is an outlet here. We've got the railway line that comes along here. We've all caught this rail train once upon a time, and I remember, you look as you come along the track here in the Hawkesbury, always used to look to the left, and there was this inland little bit with mangroves, which is just here. So there's an outlet for it, but the outlet is high and dry over there at the moment. I would have liked to try and get it near the outlet, but it's going to be a bit hard to get to. So we'll just dump it near this mangrove up here. We're in the area anyway. Looks mud crabby. If not mud crabs, maybe blue swimmers. We'll find out. And the plan is to have a soft plastic like I did at Kura River while I had the pots out. So, in the very muddy water, I hope they can see the soft plastic. We'll try and get in those little deeper parts maybe. May get some flatties and stuff, you never know. Never fished up here, ever. Never been up this creek. We'll come up this bit up here. Hopefully I don't run aground. Okay, we'll give it a try here. And fingers crossed, if I get a big crab, or a couple of crabs, I may even do another beach cook up somewhere and cook the crabs on the fire. Delicious. Righto. We'll let them soak. Good quality smelly bait in there, so I would like to get further up, but as I said, it gets a bit hard to navigate the further you go up. Anyway, it looks crabby. Mangroves, rocks, sort of muddy shelf there. Water's nice and muddy, so fingers crossed, that's all we can do. Alright, I think I may have a clone prawn left from when I was at Karua. Maybe, so I might try that up here. I do have other types of lure too, so just have a fiddle around. Alright, there it is. The same one I was using at Karua, what I absolutely smashed them up there. 15 pound. This is my last clone prawn, I'm pretty sure, so if I lose it, I've got to swap up lures, so hopefully I don't lose it. Hopefully I get a couple of fish. Nice. Got all oyster leases around here, so that's structure as well, so we will go venture around here then. Bottom of the tide up the tiny creek's probably not the best time. Probably want more the full tide to run in. I may venture a little bit towards the mouth of Mullet Creek. We'll see if we get a bit more action down there. It's my first cast, I know, but very slack water in here at the moment. It looks like dead bottom of the tide. What are you eating, piggy? He's always eating stuff. Alright, we're in the flow a little bit more here. It's still running out the tide, believe it or not. Pretty low. Very muddy water. So, we've got about a few hundred metres till we hit the main channel. So we'll probably drift that whole drift and just see what we find. I reckon we'll find them more towards the main channel though, especially at this low tide. Shallow water, it's only about a metre in here. Still get the flatties in here, but I'll feel more confident in the bit clearer water up there. Anyway, we'll see how we go. You can see the trains coming along the track there. We've all taken that train once upon a time. A lot of memories on those trains. Here comes the next BT. It's quite a busy railway. Be a lot more confident when I get my first fish. I think I had a bump the first cast, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's always a new area until you get that first fish. Very lacking confidence. And then we'll keep plugging away. Hopefully I get one. Well guys, I've got something big. Just gotta watch out for this. I started the boat. I've got a boat coming over. It's just nailed me 100 miles an hour. Took off like a mulloway. It's only a metre deep, so I don't know. This boat's coming straight for me. I've got to protect this fish, guys. When boats come near you like that, you've got to protect the fish. It's a good fish. It's only a metre deep. The way it nailed it and took off was like a mulloway. It is a mulloway. I didn't know you got them up this shallow in the middle of the day. Well, not the middle of the day, but well, I'll be able to fit this mulloway in. Saw last episode. I'll be able to fit this mulloway in. You saw last episode. I couldn't fit the mulloway in there. Beautiful. You know, you got them up this shallow in the daytime. Absolutely smashed that prawn. You can see it there, he smashed it. Hooked him perfectly in the lip. Glad he didn't ruin that lure because, as I said, it's my last one. Come on, mate. You got tough skin in their lips there. There we go. But yeah, little beauty. The way he took off, unbelievable. Skinny water. The line just screamed across the water. I wish I got it on camera. It was awesome. Got me excited. All right, we'll let that one go. What a beauty. What a start. Yeah, no problem getting it in the net this time. The one's last episode. And no chance of getting them in the net. Too big. Oh no. The prawn's a little bit damaged, but I think I can still work with it because it's my favourite at the moment. I'll try and leave that camera going. Oh look. I even put forgot about the jumper over the top there, a bit messy of me. But the wind blew up and it was giving me a bit of a chill, but I'm stoked about that. As I said, in a metre water, that line just went. Thought I had a monster. Happy man. Well, I wanted to get first fish, so I got my confidence, so that's given me a little bit of confidence. I'm excited about little shallow water. How big can they get up here? Oh, you're joking. You're joking. Straight away. Again, guys. It's crazy. Can you believe that? Another mulloway for sure. The way it took off. See the way they go in the skinny water. Oh, it's next cast. I can't believe it. Oh, I'm loving these little creeks at the moment. And the line just moves around all over the water. This skinny water because they got nowhere to go. It's probably about the same size again. Maybe a bit smaller. But geez, they hit it hard.
You can see how hard they hit. It's unbelievable. He's a bit taller. See how much line it took when it hit, and have a look at the size of this mulloway. He's only a baby. Look, lines around the camera. Yeah, only a baby. And you saw the line go just from that. Imagine if you got a metery up here. Well, if we're getting these in the middle of the day, Beauty will let him go. If we're getting these in the middle of the day, I reckon at night time, fishing these creeks with plastics, you could get a monster, guys. And imagine the fight in the skinny water. This motorist close to this lease here. Fishing's I'm getting excited now. Yeah, I'll keep us next to this lease here. It seems like there's a bit of structure. And as I said, the closer we get to the mouth, the more confidence I'm getting. The water's getting slightly clearer. Not to the mouth of Mullet Creek, that is. And this leads on to the main Hawkesbury River. I love the Hawkesbury. Do anything up here. It's good bream fishing. Bream fishing goes off here. Good flathead fishing. Squidding. Do everything up here. Anyway, I'm excited. 2 in a row. Got my confidence up. I may have a flathead here. The first flathead. Will it be a catch and cook? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a catch and cook. Now if we could top this off. Oh, you just threw it. Well, there is flathead in Mullet Creek. There you go. As I said, I've never fished this creek before. 2 mulloway and a flathead straight up. So I'm pretty happy with this little creek. It's not a bad little creek by the look of it. Right, I'll put this fella. Come here, mate. I'll put this fella out of his misery, and I may do a catch and cook on the beach, and we'll hopefully have a crab to add to it. It'll be beautiful. See how we go. Where's your bowl? There it is. Getting a bit hot. Only got those 3 fish. I did drop a couple of small flathead, but fairly quiet really. It's about mid-morning now. Alright, we'll go check these pots. Hopefully I got a crab and we'll go do a catch and cook somewhere. It'd be awesome. But thick. Otherwise it might just be flathead. We'll see how we go. Good. So we might just give it a quick move, try somewhere else, check the other one too. Bummer, Hobo one there. Even a blue swimmer will do me, I reckon. Good. So I'll just go for a look for a new spot, and we might go for an adventure shore. And I'll cook that flathead while I'm waiting. Oh, hit the end of Mullet Creek. It's very, very shallow here. Let's see if we can go ashore and have an adventure. Not much, no sand here, it's all rocks to park on.
But that's alright. The old girl loves getting the scrape. Good sized oysters around here. I'm gonna get into them, I think. Well, I think we should get a fire going and cook the flathead anyway. I would have liked a crab, but no crab. I'll hopefully get one on the way back. There's good sized oysters around here. They all look like pretty big oysters. Look at them. Compared to the other day when I was getting them, these are monsters. I'm going to have a nice little feed of oysters. Now, you can use a couple of different techniques, guys. And one, I didn't bring the screwdriver and hammer again, my favourite technique. The knife's a bit hard work and I snapped it last time. Sometimes you can get lucky if you give it a bit of a crack. Sometimes you can get lucky and they can neatly come apart. Sometimes. Not always, sometimes they just smash to pieces, but this one looked like I done a job pretty good. Seems to be pretty easy with the old rock. That's a beautiful big oyster. Gonna give him a rinse and I'm gonna enjoy that. Wow. Looking forward to this. Looking forward to this. How good. Don't get fresher than that. Straight off the rock. I'm gonna get some more. Absolutely delicious that was. That's a really nice oyster. Again, I'm going to light the fire below the high tide line. I find it the best way. It's just no clean up. Tide comes in, just takes it all away. And you don't have to worry about fire risk and all that stuff. You still got to put it out, but it's much safer this way. These are the best oysters. I don't know whether it's because we're up the end of the creek or what, but they're just really big. I don't know how many I've eaten. I think I've eaten at least 15. So I'm really enjoying myself here. Haven't even got to the fire. Let's light the fire and we'll cook the flathead next, I reckon. Because may as well have a banquet while we're here. Oysters and flathead, delicious. Again, I've got nothing fancy to cook the flathead in. I didn't bring anything. So we'll just chuck it in the fire and eat it that way. Like we did with the tailor. It's quite nice. Just peel the skin back, off you go. Alright, I'll get the fire cranking now. Alright, I'm going to chuck it straight on the fire. Now one thing I did forget to mention, which I just discovered, is when you get wet sandstone rocks, guys, they can explode. We just had one explode there, chunk blew off there. I think it's the moisture inside the sandstone rock causes it to explode. So avoid the sandstone rocks where you put the fire. But anyway, I've just got the flathead gutted and left the scales on this time. Last time with the tailor I was silly and I took the scales off. It still peeled back alright and it still was beautiful. So we'll try flathead straight on the fire. And I discovered whatever wood you use is the flavour you get. So can't wait for a bit of lunch. What a bit of lunch I've had. I've had about 15 oysters. Now I'm going to have a flathead. Going to go home satisfied. Check those mud crab traps on the way out too, for sure. I'm not overly confident in the middle of the day. You never know, might get one. Anyway, Mr. Flathead won't take long on there. I'll flash back when he's ready. So this is the end of Mullet Creek. You can see it's a sandbank up there. And around that corner goes the train tunnel, where it goes in the Mulloway tunnel. So this is the end of the road, but geez, it's nice and peaceful here. I've always driven past this as well on the train. When I've got hopped on the train, I thought, geez, it looks nice in here. Wouldn't mind venturing in here one day. And here I am, cooking a flathead on the hot coals and eating oysters. Now that's how you enjoy an area, I say. Still got my life jacket and everything on. So's Duke. He's just wandering around. He loves adventure too. He's always sniffing around for lizards and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, I'm going to dish this up and we're going to get into it. I've got a beautiful rock there. That's my plate. So let's get into it. Nice flatty. Okay, this could be a disaster. Got to get him out. Oh, got him. Got him perfectly. It's a bit crusty actually. The scales and all that made a nice crust so you can pick him up. Alright, let's get into it. Well, this is certainly one way to do a bit of adventuring. Really sample the produce while you're here, discover the whole area, and have a beautiful lunch while you're here. So what we're going to do, hopefully this works well, we're going to just peel this skin back and hopefully it leaves beautifully white flesh underneath. Well, it's not peeling as well as the tailor did. Just the shape of it, got the fin through the middle. It's not as easy to peel as the tailor, but it's still peeling. And we're getting that white flesh exposed underneath, which is what you want. Alright, let's give it a taste. Fire cooked flathead. Beautiful. White flesh. Now that's good. Now with the tailor on the fire, you could still taste it as a tailor, you know what I mean? Tailor is not the best eating fish. But this flathead, wow. Nice flavour. These coals just add a beautiful taste to it. They really do. It's almost like a smoke sort of flavour. And what a beautiful lunch. Mind the bones. Mind the bone. Don't eat that shit. Nah. Anyway, I'm going to check those crab pots on the way out. If there's one in it, I'll show that now. But if not, another little adventure, guys. Up Mullet Creek. Haven't ever been up Mullet Creek. Really enjoyed it. Got a couple of Jews straight up. Got the flathead. I dropped a couple of flathead and I dropped one more Jew. He went to run and pulled the hook on him. So it could have been 6 or 7 fish. It wasn't too bad for a couple of hour session. I really enjoyed that actually. Alright guys, you ain't fishing, you wishing, and I'll see you on the water. Catch ya.